Ladies and gentlemen, the Chidimma saga continues. I told you guys last time that this will not be the last time we speak about Chidimma. Now, before I say anything, let me start by saying congratulations to Chichi for winning Miss Universe Nigeria. This was a long, hard road for her. It's a journey that was filled with tears, smiles, and at the end that was awarded to Chichi with a crown for Miss Nigeria. I think it's a story that we will never forget as Africa because everyone was so interested in this story. With that being said, there is some confusions that needs to be clarified here. Action SA has written to the Department of Home Affairs for some clarity to say, how is it that you are investigating Chidimma's mother for identity theft, but she was able to travel to Nigeria and support Chidimma there? Many people are saying, why is it that South Africans cannot leave Chidimma alone? You guys pushed her out of Miss South Africa. She left the country, went to another country of her father's birth and competed and won there. Why is it that you cannot leave her alone? It is deeper than that, ladies and gentlemen. But in this video, we're going to unpack it and understand it to the T. Let's talk about Chichi, the new Miss Universe Nigeria.
Welcome to King Said So, Africa's one land, one language, one currency, one army on King Said So. Africans can unite. Your Pan-Africanist podcast. Enjoy.
But it was not an easy experience. It was really tough. There would be times where I wouldn't even feel like going outside and I would really cry myself to sleep because I don't think that anybody deserves the kind of backlash that I have received. And I know that I've grown through everything. I've bounced back from all these challenges and obstacles, and it has just really proved the strength and the courage and the resilience that I have. So obviously I'm advocating for unity. I think my story is a very powerful story and it can be very impactful because this is a lot of people that are not accepted, a lot of people that are still fighting for their identity, and I just feel like in order for us to move better and have a better future, we need to stand together as one. And I know that this is a very great platform for me to use and bringing all of us together as one as Africans.
Peace and Pan-Africanism to all my African brothers and sisters from all around the world. Welcome back to King Says So. I'm your host, Kagiso Tlongwane Zinjiva Sono, and we're back at it again with another one. And this time around, we're talking about the African queen, Chidimma, Miss Universe Nigeria. She has done it. I think we must give her a hand. Singabi no mona, guys. Singabi no mona. With all the drama that happened in her life, this scripture that says God will make up your table in front of your enemy is true. And I'm not saying the enemy is us as South Africans, but truly, the way we treated that lady, the way we treated that little princess was very unfair. We took everything that we thought her mother did and we placed it on her just because she had a Nigerian name and surname. And that is the bottom line. The only fight that South Africans were fighting was we cannot be represented by Nigeria. And that's when we came in as Pan-Africanists. But we said, no, this competition, number one, is a competition that excluded Africans from participating. When Miss South Africa was established in 1956, no black person was allowed to compete. So black people cannot come now in 2024 and be so proud of Miss South Africa as if it is an institution that was started and begun by them. That was one of my contention to say, no, but guys, is Miss South Africa really that serious? But then it came out that there is an identity theft situation. Then our eyebrows were raised. Okay, Chidimma's mother might have stolen another mother's identification. This was what Home Affairs told us. I'm not going to play all those clips. You guys know the Chidimma story. It was well covered everywhere. Home Affairs then accused Chidimma's mother of stealing another mother's identification, and that mother could not register her children because of Chidimma's mother's theft. Then Home Affairs went silent on us. Then I was like, how? A South African family that suffered because of Chidimma's mother would never keep quiet. Think about it. If it was your family that you guys have suffered so many years because of Chidimma's mother's skelm, would you keep quiet, South Africans? When Home Affairs call you and say, hello, we just established that Chidimma stole your identification. Can you guys come to police station or come to the headquarters of Home Affairs so we can discuss? Would you keep quiet? Remember, your child could not go to school, apparently, because of this identity theft. The mother could have not opened an account, live a normal life as a citizen of South Africa because of the theft of Chidimma's mother. So I asked the question, where is this family? Why is it that Home Affairs can identify that someone's identification was stolen, but they can't reveal to the public who this person is? That's what got me confused. That probably there's no family here. There's some scenarios that are playing out here that we are maybe not seeing. I thought, okay, maybe these people lost an identification and bought another one. You see, now we are now accusing people of things because Home Affairs does not want to come with a final report. Come with a final report, bring the families, let there be a press conference and show us the families. Say, this is the girl that Chidimma's mother stole the identification from. This is the mother that Chidimma stole the identification from. These people have suffered, and the state owes these people a lot of money because it's the state Home Affairs that were part of this fraudulent. These are the two Home Affairs officials that were working in Home Affairs. Apparently, they said one is still working in Home Affairs. This is the scam that we told you guys. This just make everything clear so that after you're done, there must not be any questions. After you are done, there must not be any questions. So we went to all of that roller coaster run to now following Chidimma in Nigeria. And I'm telling you, I'm not lying to you, other South Africans did not want Chidimma to win. Some of us voted for her. And the voting was not necessarily going to make you win. But some of us voted for Chidimma because we wanted Chidimma to get some redemption from all of this turbulence that she faced here in South Africa. Did she fairly win? Nobody knows. Did Miss South Africa fairly win? Or was she given a prize because she's deaf? The question will always be there, whoever wins. When a black lady wins, is she win because she's black? When a white woman wins, did she win because she's white? Then nobody will always be happy. No, you will never make everyone happy when you win. That's the bottom line about life. So before I go any deeper, let's hear what Chidimma said after winning this prize. Shem, man. Chichi.
It all started because of my name. People were not happy that my name is Chidimma and I am representing South Africa. So that is where it actually really started. And people felt like, South Africans felt like I wasn't South African enough because of my name. And it was really sad to see. It was a very horrible experience and I wouldn't wish it on anybody because I have lived there for 23 years. And it's heartbreaking to see that I wasn't welcomed and accepted.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you are welcome here.
But you're welcome here, and you're the queen.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. I just didn't want to talk about it, but it's heartbreaking. It's really heartbreaking, and there were certain things that happened behind the scene that actually made me withdraw, and it was so heartbreaking to see that I had to withdraw close to the finale, and but a decision had to be made, and it really hit social media as well.
Yeah.
And there was some statements that came out from Home Affairs with regards to my mom's ID as well, and that is still a legal matter, so I'm not going to comment on that. But what I do know is that I was born in South Africa and I am a South African, and I'm still proudly Nigerian as well. And I was really excited to get an invitation from Silverbird to represent Nigeria in the Miss Universe Nigeria, to see that they saw that potential, and the love that I've received, it has been exceptional, not only from the group, from the organization, from the girls, but from Nigeria as well, and all over the world. And that's my whole journey.
If you watch that video of Chichi sharing some tears after she won Miss Nigeria, and you're thinking to yourself, futsek, you don't have a heart. This girl did not choose to be born in South Africa. Nobody chooses the family they are born into, the scenario they are born into. Nobody chooses it. I did not choose to be Tsonga. I did not choose my mother to be Pedi. You can't choose those things. I did not choose to be born in Mpumalanga. It's something that you cannot choose. And for her to have suffered the way she suffered because of the sin of the mother, it was really, for me, it was, man, what is going on? Because now South Africans started having a new term that is flying now around. Put South Africans first. Put South Africans first. I'm like, but why is this term selective only to our African brothers? It's only put South African first when we are fighting our Nigerian brothers and sisters. When it comes to racism that is happening, there's no put South African first. Nobody stands up and goes and closes a school because of racism. Because racism will never stop in South Africa as long as they get away with this. And the racism will never stop. Put South African first by closing Orania, a racist place that is built to discriminate against every black person, and only Boer people can stand up. Put South African first. Put South African first when banks are manipulating the currency. Let us see the banks and the individuals being named, because we don't want to say banks as if a bank is a human being. There are individuals in the banks that are manipulating our currency. Let those individuals go to prison. Put South African first. Do you understand what I'm saying? Put South African first when banks are declining loans, home loans for black people instead of white people, and approving those of white people. Put South African first. I can go on and on, ladies and gentlemen. We are selective. Put South African first by taking over that farm that unalived our sister there in Limpopo. And Bianca is doing a fundraising for it. I did donate to it. Bianca is a YouTuber. And when I fundraised, when I contributed, it was somewhere around 50-something thousand rand. That was very good. That was very, very good. I was very impressed when I saw that number. 50-something thousand rand that was already contributed. People assisting with that funeral. But that's not where it should stop. That farm must be taken. Put South African first by fighting for land. Put South African first. When are we going to put South African first? When people like Ronaldo Hues are in parliament, calling us with the K word on social media. You are not as angry to Ronaldo Hues like you were to Chichi. I mean, Chichi got everything. The backlash, the petitions, the push out of the country, everything. So when we say put South African first, let's honestly apply it throughout the board. Let it not be selective to only black people. Because I am also for this put South African first, but I want to apply it properly. So the issue now is, if indeed there is an investigation about Chidimma's mother's identity theft case, why is it that Home Affairs still approved her passport, visa to go to Nigeria? How does that make sense? You are being investigated for stealing theft. You are a potential criminal. You are a potential criminal. Why is it that we allow you to leave this country? What if you don't come back like Bushiri? Do you guys understand what I'm saying? There's something that is going on here, man. Chidimma said, okay, the matter is in the courts. Which courts? Which courts? Did you guys hear anything about any courts? Because in a court, you will need an accuser and a perpetrator. Who's the family that suffered under Chidimma's mother's crime? Because now we are labeling Chidimma's mother as a criminal, but Home Affairs allows her to travel. It's very confusing. We want to know what is going on. Home Affairs is dragging this for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. What they knew 2 weeks ago, this is one case. They say they went to hospital records, they went to school records, and then they find out Chidimma's mother stole someone's identification. After that, why does it take you so long to then come and give us the full report? Chidimma's mother was in Nigeria, apparently. Chidimma's mother was in Nigeria. How did she fly there? And they will be coming back soon. They are flying in and out of the country, but their citizenship is under question. No, man, there's something wrong, man, guys. There's something wrong. It's either Home Affairs has made an error, has made a mistake, and they are not telling us, and they have told Chidimma's mother to say, no, it's fine, you can travel. You can't travel when you are busy being investigated. For me and you, I don't think that makes sense. So I'm saying this, Africans, while we are busy fighting each other, because that's what we are doing, people are building institutions. I'm afraid that, because I've warned you guys multiple times with the great distractions. We are always distracted as the black people, not to talk about land, not to talk about the constitution that's not working for us, not to talk about anything that is progressive for us. That's why you don't see any black people starting any institutions. 2029 will come and you will find that the African community, they're starting to build their university in 2026. The construction of their university, their 2 billion university, is starting in 2026. In 2026, probably we will be still speaking about Chidimma. When Chidimma buys a car, we'll be talking about Chidimma. When Chidimma gets married again or whenever, we'll be talking about Chidimma. When Chidimma have got children, we are always talking about this thing. Amapiano, Kelly Kumano, Senzo Maiwa, all of these things that are distracting us from the real goal that we need to achieve as Africans. Always fighting each other. Mabahambe, Mabahambe. After they go, you don't build any institutions. Build institutions so that you can decolonize yourself from your colonizers. We don't have food security. There's a clip. That clip is a little bit long. There's a clip about the chemical war, the pharmaceutical war, where these people are planning. They've been planning this. I've been telling you guys this, that they are unaliving black people because they believe we are too much in the world.
Yeah, it's for the purpose of sterilization and population control. There's too many people on the planet we need to get rid of. In the words of Bill Gates, at least 3 billion people need to die. So we'll just start off in Africa. We'll start doing our research there, and we'll eliminate most of the Africans because they're deplorable. They're worthless. They're not part of this world economy. So they have their rights taken away. And they're suppressed and they're experimented.
And the multilateral agencies and the health and regulatory so-called authorities and agencies appear in the main to have become weaponized and appear, I again use the word appear advisedly, we're not casting judgments here, we're taking depositions, listening to expert testimonies, appear to be weaponized and appear to be working in collusion against the living men and women of the soil. Is that a fair statement?
It is. It's not a bacterial war. It's a systemic poisoning war, and they're using chemical warfare against all of us.
So they're unaliving us by giving us pills. They are unaliving us with the food industry, everything, those things that Rutendo is fighting for. I almost said Tendai. Rutendo is fighting for. That the food that we are eating is causing us cancer. We are not focused on those type of things. We take our sisters, every month is a breast cancer month. What is causing this cancer? That is the question. No, African people are focused on Chidimma, Chidimma, Chidimma. The law enforcers are busy with the case of Chidimma, just like the law enforcers are busy with these undocumented foreigners here in our land. Let those people do their job. In the meantime, let us build institutions. We need to build institutions. We're starting with the school, but it doesn't end with the school. You guys know Paseta is called Paseta military training, Paseta tourism, Paseta political education, Paseta media space, Paseta. Now we want to do so many things with this Paseta project. We are saying, come guys, let us build institutions. Yes, put South Africa first, but put South Africa first by building institutions. And I cannot stress that enough. 2029 comes, we'll be opening our eyes because we don't know what the hell we're going to get in 2029. We don't know. Is it going to be a civil war? Is it going to be July unrest? Is it going to be DA colliding with the ANC, and we're going to have a white president? What is going to happen in 2029? We don't know. But one thing we can hide ourselves in is the institutions that we build. Don't we get sick and tired to be told which vaccine we must drink? No, drink the Pfizer vaccine. No, drink the Russian vaccine. No, take the Chinese vaccine. We don't have the minds to produce our own vaccines. But the energy that we have, fight Chidimma. Fight Chidimma. Chidimma's mother must go. But when you say, let's fight those who took our land, man, king, man, you see, you are starting now with this apartheid thing of yours. Apartheid happened long time ago. Long time ago, really? Chidimma is 23 years old. Apartheid happened 30 years ago. And apartheid is a system that still continues now. But this one you want to forgive, this one you don't want to forgive. Now, white people know Maya, who won Miss South Africa. No, she's South African. She's African. These people, 1994 minus 1 year is 1993. They call themselves Europeans. They never consider themselves as Africans. Even now, you go to Home Affairs and you find a form that you must fill. It says African, white, Indian, Chinese, and others. Why does it say African? Why can't the white people tick on African? Do you guys understand where does Chidimma tick there? When it says African, white, Indian, Chinese, and others. She ticks at African. We are African. What is the common enemy? What is our common goal as African? We are so lost that we are so focused in these things. The next month, a new dance movie is going to come out. Next month, a new dance movie is going to come out. The whole world will be dancing that dance move from South Africa. South Africans are not building any institutions. We can't build a clinic. We can't put money together and build a primary school. We can't put money together and build a university. We must be beaten by 8% of the population, while we are sitting nicely at 70% of the population. But we can't unite. Our political parties are divided. EFF is going that way. MK is going that way. Which of those political parties have built institutions for us? No, let's fight Chidimma. Let's make sure fight Chidimma. No, guys. No, guys. No, guys. Our video, we are wasting time with this destruction of Chidimma. Chidimma won Miss South Africa. Let Home Affairs conclude this investigation so that we can know where she stands and her mother. After that, let's continue with life. Let's continue with life. South Africa, you've got a white Miss South Africa. Nigeria's got an African Miss Universe. So it's fine. Let's continue. Those things don't change the quality of our life. Some of you, if I ask you who was Miss South Africa last year, you don't know. Last year, you don't know. Who was Miss South Africa in 1994? You don't know. Who was Miss South Africa in 2010? You don't know. Because the Miss South Africa beauty pageant does not change the quality of life of black people. It does not. It does not assist us in any way, shape, or form. It's good to have a Miss South Africa. Let them go compete in Miss Universe. So what? So what? How is our life going to change? We come back, we're still running after these white companies to drink pills. The pharmaceutical industry is making us sick. We still run to these white supermarkets for food because we don't want to build our own institutions. That is the issue I'm having with this Chidimma issue. We continue to fight each other at the blindness of who the true enemy is. Yes, let's fight Chidimma. Yes. Okay, it's fine. But let's also build institutions. I don't know if someone is hearing me. There is nothing, listen, South African, you who hate Chidimma, there is nothing you're going to gain from this Chidimma situation. Nothing. Even if Chidimma did not win Miss Nigeria, the only thing, she was going to be a meme because she was probably going to cry because South Africans were going to attack her on the internet. For sure. And they are no longer attacking the issue of the citizenship. They are now attacking Chidimma directly. If there's someone that must be attacked according to Home Affairs, it's Chidimma's mother, not the poor girl. But even if you attack Chidimma's mother, uzotolani, what are you going to achieve at the end? Let's attack those who are stealing our land. No, man, King, I, man, can't, man. Let's attack those who took our minds. No, man, King, no, man. You see, now you're starting. Let's go and take our minds, our farms back. King, man, King, you see now. Yeah. God, didn't you say let's put South African first? When you said let's put South African first, what did you mean? You mean so that we can go and hug and kiss in the rugby stadium so we can be the rainbow nation? Is that what you meant? Let's unite all of us on the internet to attack one African? King Wana, you don't understand. This issue of Chidimma is so deep. You are so blinded by your love for Africa. For what? So now, us who are pan-Africanists, us who are pro-African, us who are protecting Africans, we must now feel guilty that you guys could forgive apartheid, but you can't forgive this one. Apartheid that happened 30 years ago, this one that happened 23 years ago. And I'm not saying forgive this one, actually. I'm saying if Chidimma's mother committed a crime, she must go to prison. But I'm saying also bring the family forward. Bring the family forward so we can know this family. Some of us, we want to even contribute to that family. I would contribute to that family. If that family has suffered for 23 years because of Chidimma's mother's crime, they can take out an account. I will contribute to that account because I'm pro South African and I'm pro-African. For sure. For sure. Some of you who've been making noise, if they take out an account, you will not even donate a cent. Because siyakhuluma, but we're not building anything. We're not building anything. We need to have a leg on Paseta. You know, we've got Paseta Legal Minds. We need to have Paseta Funeral Friend, where we assist families that cannot afford with funeral costs. Buying caskets, buying all of those things, teaming up with undertakers and buying these things in bulk and whatever, donating it to families that are in need. That is what I talk about when I say, let's build institutions. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? So, in our fighting of Chidimma, and I'm not saying don't fight, I'm saying in your fighting, remember who is the true enemy here? Who is the true enemy? Does Chidimma have land? Johan Rupert, by the way, is the richest person in Africa right now. He overtook that Nigerian guy of the oil. I will tell you what is going on one day there with the oil, how Sasol and Engine are busy manipulating, monopolizing everything that side so that they can frustrate the black billionaire there in Nigeria. Okay, I've said enough. Let me come down. And say this. It's funny to me how you can't fight the real enemy. as South Africans, or our fight against the real enemy is subtle, very soft, it's very silent. Our fight against racism, it comes and goes. But we've been at this Chidimma girl for 2 months now, non-stop, weekly, non-stop. If you can just take that energy and build institutions, our children's lives will come. We cannot in 2030, when our children ask us what did we build, and we said we built a petition that kicked Chidimma out of South Africa, and we are proud of that. I think we cannot do that. We cannot, guys. Let us, when we say let's put South African first, by that I mean us black people. Let's put black people first. Let's build institutions that will better the lives for black people. Please. I'm saying, here's a school, Baseta, the Pan-African School of Economics, Technology and Agriculture. It's a school that me and you can build. It's something that we can be proud of. It's something that our South African citizens' children can enter that school and come out and learn history and learn economics and learn technology and learn agriculture and many other things. Learn things. Agriculture is not a subject that you must wait for college for it, for varsity for it. Agriculture is a skill that every African child must have. How to plant potatoes in the backyard, how to grow spinach, all of those things. Every African child must know that skill. We want to give that skill to the children in Baseta, the Pan-African School of Economics, Technology and Agriculture. Let's do something that we can be proud of. And thank you so much for everyone who has contributed. Guys, you believe on the dream. Some of you get it. Some of you just don't get it. You just want to fight. Fight, yes. But after you fight, ask yourself, what did I build with this anger or with this energy that I was fighting with? What did I build? Because some of us will be answering and saying, we built Baseta together. And I can't do this without you. Baseta is only an idea in my mind. You are helping me to execute it. There's nothing we can do in this earth without the monetary value. The African people are grouping together monthly contributions for their university, monthly contributions for Orania, monthly contributions for AfriForum, monthly contributions. And you wonder why those people are so united in preventing you guys don't know what I'm trying to say. They keep their culture so much. English ran away there. They keep their culture so much because they are united. Only 8% of the population in South Africa. The rest of us, why are we so divided? Why do we have so many political parties? Why can't we build anything? Why can't we build anything? We can take all this money, buy cars, buy houses, buy everything, but we die and leave those things here and they contribute nothing to the coming generation. Guys. If indeed you want to be part of Baseta, make your contributions to Baseta. Visit our website www.baseta.co.za. Send us a WhatsApp task to be part of the community group. There's a community group where we are talking and discussing about the ideas about Baseta, all those type of things. That's what I want from Africans. Unity. The Chidimma situation is going to solve itself. Home Affairs, at one point, they must come with the final report. They must. They don't have a chance. By that time, when they do the final report, we'll entertain it. But in entertaining it, let's build institutions. Let's not put our whole focus on Chidimma. Please, guys, please. Our road is long, Africans. Our road is long. You know, I discovered something in all the 15 countries that the British has colonized. You know, we were colonized by the British and the Dutch. All the 15 countries that the British has colonized, South Africa is the only one that never obtained its independence. We got something called the artificial democracy, but we never got independence. We are still dependent on white monopoly capitalists in the banking system, in the agriculture system, in the mining sector, everywhere. We never got independent. We were never independent to the British and the Dutch people that colonized us. Till today, we are still dependent on them. That's something to think about. Until we meet again, don't forget to pray. After you pray, stand up, African child. Do your best so that God can do the rest. Peace in Pan-Africanism. I salute.